人类滑雪的太阳首先从阿勒泰升起。
北京，北京。
新的一天，加油！
In the winter of 2018, Han Xiaopeng, the head of the Chinese freestyle aerial ski team, is helping young athletes prepare for their Olympic dream.
2022年北京冬奥会，孩子们继续努力，加油！
As of today, Han Xiaopeng is China's only Olympic champion in snow sports. However, generations of Chinese winter athletes have been working hard for half a century to follow in his footsteps. In China's first national skiing competition in 1957, Shan Jiaojian was the first among his countrymen to stand atop the podium.
中国竞技滑雪发展的起步晚，条件非常简陋。
At the time, the Chinese Olympic Committee's legitimate rights had not been restored, so for decades, no Chinese athlete had competed in the Winter Olympics.
我是真卯足了劲，我想干，但是不行。
没有机会参加冬奥会是我一生当中的最大遗憾。
Finally, in 1980, China made its first appearance at the Lake Placid Winter Olympic Games.
真是打击挺大，100个队员吧，我们能60、70名那样。
那个啊，这个滑的，哎呦我的看哪个都比我好，那差多少年代呢？对。
Yet it was this massive talent gap that made the Chinese all the more determined to catch up with their international counterparts. Then, at the 1998 Winter Olympics in Nagano, China made it to the finals for the first time in freestyle skiing aerials.
好，他落地成功了，中国选手徐楠楠就获得了女子空中技巧的银牌。
真正站在讲坛，就好像是得到了回报，振奋了我们国家冰雪项目的这么一个气势。
At the following 2002 Winter Olympics in Salt Lake City, China's skiers once again took aim at the podium, but only managed a fifth-place result. Next was the Winter Olympics in Turin, Italy, but in the women's freestyle aerials, they too fell just short of the gold. Then, Han Xiaopeng from the men's team stepped onto the world stage.
中国选手韩晓鹏为中国冬奥代表团获得了一枚宝贵的金牌。
This would be China's first ever Olympic gold medal in snow sports.
民族的这种荣誉感、自豪感，无法用言语来表达，这内心是特别的澎湃。
2022年冬季奥林匹克运动会的举办城市，北京，北京。
History has given Chinese athletes another golden opportunity.
冬奥会更好的成绩，为国争光。
This time around, China is even more prepared to compete for the podium and showcase their winter athletes on the biggest stage in sports.
这么疼吗？
不疼，
这样疼吗？
这样不疼，
这样不疼啊。
The teenager on the examination table is Su Yiming. His leg injury has to be reassessed.
这个印儿到什么时候能恢复的看不出来呢？
我觉得还得5个月左右。
Su Yiming displayed exceptional talent from a young age. He was even given a small role in well-known director Sui Hak's 2014 film The Taking of Tiger Mountain because of his skiing ability. When Beijing won the bid for the 2022 Winter Olympics, Yiming was determined to compete in the Games and represent his country. So in 2018, at just 14 years old, he joined the national training team. However, his recent injury has set him back months of practice. Despite not being at 100%, Yiming knows he has to make up for lost time.
这第一天训练呢，你要先热热身啊，不要上来就搂大的。
跟着你的教练的步伐，别亏了自己。想吃什么吃什么啊！
好了，再见啊。
看下面，下面。
Although not fully recovered, Yiming decides to resume his professional training with the famous Japanese champion coach Yasuhiro Sato.
You go like
So far, so good. But the training proves to be a bit more strenuous than he had anticipated.
ちょっと本当だ。晴れた? How about like your last from double pin?
挺腰，看一下镜子。好，肩膀下沉，骨盆不要往后旋转。再挺腰。
With his winter training coming to an end, Yiming is still unsure whether he can qualify for the Winter Olympics. The 2019 National Championships is just around the corner. This is the moment that will decide Su Yiming's fate.
Wind blows from left side, right? So maybe you should do like more power, like in the air.
He's competing in the men's snowboarding big air event, where he will be competing against adults. The snowboard big air event requires riders to make their way down the mountain, performing various aerial stunts off man-made ramps along the way. It requires years of practice and extensive training. A poor first round showing has left Yiming a little discouraged.
So just after but last one like pretty much fast. Now like focus from double nine, okay? Okay. 好打。
28发55号可以发出。
Knowing his student must make up lost ground, Yiming's coach suggests he increase the difficulty of his aerial stunts. Four years from now, Yiming will be representing China and participating in the 2022 Winter Olympics. His passion and determination has steered him ever closer to achieving his dream.
我想参加22年在北京的冬奥会。
At the Beidahu ski resort in Jilin province, 16-year-old Hao Yanjie is working on her own dream.
调好啊，早一点，主动一点啊！
来。
Hailing from northeast China, Yanjie has never even been on an airplane, but she's learning other ways to soar.
怎么的了？怎么说的？你动作不改，你就再这么跳就完了，听没听明白？你现在感觉你跳第一了，你有人的时候呢，你再去对比那时候你晚了。每一趟高你就往心里去记住了，听没听明白？
Her coach may seem tough, but the national team selection is not far away, and it's a rigorous process. Ski jumping originated in Norway in the 19th century and was included in the first Winter Olympics in 1924. However, it wasn't until the 2014 Sochi Winter Olympics that women's ski jumping became an official event. If Yanjie is able to win the upcoming national championship, she's expected to become one of the first female Chinese athletes to take part in the event.
抬头，别低头。
训练都得吃苦，只能说我自己努力做到最好。
我怎么说的？啊，早一点就跳了，你看这都出来了。
In the end, Yanjie placed first in her group, earning her a spot on the national training team. It's a great leap forward for her, and now she's poised to become another bright star at the Beijing 2022 Winter Olympics. Women's snowboarding is another event where the Chinese delegation hopes to excel in the 2022 Winter Olympic Games. In the women's halfpipe finals at the 2018 Pyeongchang Winter Olympics, 25-year-old veteran Han Xiaopeng was already competing in her third Winter Olympics.
蔡雪桐是2015年、2017年世锦赛冠军获得者，中国单板滑雪第一个实现世锦赛卫冕的选手。他的期望啊，非常的大。
我的终极目标是奥运会金牌。
第一个是一个空中飞跃，外转720，正脚外转540。哎呀，蔡雪桐啊，正脚外转900，哈，蔡雪桐。
Once again, a small mistake keeps her out of medal contention.
平昌是我对自己期望最大的时候，年龄也好，然后技术也好，觉得都是最合适的时候，但是并没有达到我的预期，所以那种压力压得自己有一点喘不过气。
The disappointing result has taken a toll on Xiaopeng's confidence.
我找不出来其他的出路，觉得自己突破不了了。
这些年，你说你在外面训练干啥呀？一年一年的，和你妈身上都提着呢，就怕你出现安全。你看上回胳膊受伤多严重，事情都不早都不想叫你干了。
比赛我不能看，你看他拽了，你说你从电视看着，你又摸不着，你又拽不着，你又帮不上他啥，真是那个心疼。我说彤彤，不干了，退役吧。
我就告诉自己，如果不做了，我就真的退役了。
But the fires that burn the brightest are the hardest to put out. In 2003, when Xiaopeng was still in primary school, she was selected by a coach to join the local Harbin youth sports team.
10周岁，走的时候摆到他的书桌上，我打扫卫生的时候看见。
目标是追求一个体育最高的境界。
我觉得还是完成自己心里想要的那个目标。
妈，我走了。
Although she's done it countless times before, it's still hard for her mother to say goodbye. Aspen, one of the world's top ski destinations, is almost like a second hometown for Xiaopeng.
我们每年就来科罗拉多很多次，特别熟悉，所以一种回家的感觉。当运动员，坚持和目标非常重要，就是我要拿好成绩。飞起来的时候，整个山都是你的，特别享受那种释放自己那种感觉。
The annual Winter X or Winter Extreme Games are about to begin. Not only was Xiaopeng the first Chinese to be invited to the competition, she's participated in the event 6 times, having 1 silver and 2 bronze medals in the process. Feeling good about her track record, she's ready to challenge for a medal once more. As the Spring Festival arrives, Xiaopeng makes a sad realization. This is the 13th time she's been away from her family for the Chinese New Year.
新年快乐呀！下来屋里戴啥口罩呢？嗨，嗨。
Double crippler, we've seen it in other competitions, excuse me. Will we see it here at X Games?
We'll have to wait and see who is dropping into this 22-foot super pipe. Well, there's a good list of all the names.
Xiaopeng side, wouldn't a gold look nice with that collection card?
Frontside 900 out the gate. Amplitude, and that 900 is her undoing yet again.
After 2 less than perfect attempts, Xiaopeng is ranked 4th in her round. She's determined to make a push for the podium, but the pressure is mounting.
这次无论如何都要成功。
How about Xiaopeng's side? She's sitting in 4th. This is her last chance to give the judges something to convince them. Oh! And Xiaopeng going down very hard. We hope she's okay.
Much better front 9.
对于我来说，它就是场比赛，心态放平才能发挥到最好。
Yet failure doesn't break her spirits, it makes her stronger. Several days after the X Games, she gets another chance at glory when the 2020 World Cup and US Open Championships kick off. By the time the dust clears, Tai Xiaopeng has won the US Open and her 6th World Cup title.
Xiaopeng Kai did not
and
hold
she's
back.
had a fantastic season. It's a victory lap.
Xiaopeng Kai is the role model for the next generation of Chinese riders, and she showed you why.
Meanwhile, in Chongli, Hebei province, the 2018 to 2019 International Ski Federation Freestyle Skiing and Snowboarding World Cup of China is about to get underway.
这个好，公园一下就能找着，啊，因为这就是跳台，因为他们还有 rainbow 呢。
Eileen is a freestyle skier living in San Francisco who's come here to take part in the competition. Like Tai Xiaopeng and the others, she's fulfilling her dream to represent China at the Beijing 2022 Winter Olympics. Not long before, her coach in the US joined the Chinese freestyle skiing national training team. As a result, she can only participate in the pre-competition course training under the supervision of her mother.
侧好，
刚才我看你那个速度调整的比较好，
不够，我第一个再走慢一点。
OK。
However, in high-risk sports like this, injury is inevitable.
I'm having trouble remembering things. Why are we in China? I don't know. What is it? I'm a concussion. Yeah, ow, it hurts so badly. Oh my god, I'm so stupid.
Eileen's fall has led to a concussion. She's been advised by her doctor to rest. Due to the nature of her head injury, Eileen is forced to withdraw from the competition.
If you want to be in the sport, there's going to be impacts, there's going to be some form of injury, you know, whether it's just a muscle or whatever, but
yes.
I think it's pretty fair.
Right.
But it also needs to be managed.
Don't let your upper body move and try to minimize the movement in the ankle.
Staying idle is not an option, so Eileen decides to work on strengthening her core muscles. Just over a month later, and Eileen is back to her old self. In Italy, she wins her first World Cup gold medal, earning her top spot on the International Ski Federation's leaderboard. This makes her a shoo-in for the Chinese national training team. On June the 6th, 2019, Eileen announces on her blog that she's changed her nationality registered with the FIS to Chinese. On January the 9th, 2020, the third Youth Winter Olympic Games are held in Lausanne, Switzerland. It's an ideal test for the Beijing Winter Olympics in 2022. Eileen is the only woman to compete in 3 events: the slopestyle, halfpipe and big air.
Goes across to the down flat, down rail, X as well.
The leader after the first run and now piling the pressure on her rivals with an even better show.
Eileen cruises through the slopestyle and halfpipe competitions, winning a gold and a silver medal respectively. But the big air has only just been included in the women's category here, and is only beginning to gain traction in China. Placing well here will be a good confidence booster.
You've done everything that we need to do.
Yeah.
Hey, just go and chill. All right, that's it.
Eileen Gu from China. Oh, and she's down on the 900.
Hey, you're good. Time to calm down.
I'm thinking not too many.
But we have a chance. Let it go.
For the next 2 attempts, Eileen will need to be almost flawless in her execution.
Eileen Gu needs to land here. She doesn't land here. Going for the 900. She sticks it. It's 81.5. She's in the gold medal position.
My gold baby!
Fortunately, Eileen overcomes the pressure in the last 2 rounds, taking first place with a total score of 171.25. Through the embodiment of the Chinese spirit and constantly challenging her own individual goals, Eileen takes home 3 medals in 3 events. With her gold at the World Cup and her dominance atop the International Ski Federation's world rankings, she's in good position to take a run at the podium at the Beijing 2022 Winter Olympics.
冬季项目的奥运会第一次在中国举行，
希望我们的冬季项目挣点气。2022，我们来了，中国加油！